Sheffield United 1, Bournemouth 3.
Oh, catastrophe.
XG of 2.86 for Bournemouth as well.
I think Bournemouth, I don't know if that
23
changed.
23 shots.
Oh, okay, 23 is big. Yeah.
11 on
I
target.
think they've had the most shots the last 2 game weeks, Bournemouth, I think.
3 wins out of 4 big chances.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, stats-wise, yeah, they've turned it around. They've turned the corner. They are now kind of built up that little bit of buffer.
Do you know what? We said
7 points.
Go back 4 or 5 weeks, and we said now's the time to judge them because now the fixtures are good. Mm-hmm. And when we can judge them now and sit there and go, yep, they'll be all right.
Yep, agreed. Sheffield United, they've got no interest in from an FPL point of view at all.
Oh, my God, are you mad? Mind you, George Baldock is now returning consecutive home games for those who are on, and there will be a few would have played him this week and have got a nice little 5-point return out of that. You can be delighted with it.
But I come off a bench for a couple of as well.
I'm sorry, they are the weakest team by a mile, Sheffield United.
In the league, yeah.
By a lot. I don't care that they're not bottom. They are the weakest by a long way. I couldn't believe that McBurney didn't play. Now, obviously, I'm not part of Sheffield United's medical room or know what his status was, and maybe there was no way he could get through 90 minutes, and they decided they'd rather use him later in the game. And the way they played in the first half and how passive they were would suggest maybe that's what they were trying to do. They have got no outlet, no link at all if he does not play. I speak about this every time he doesn't play for them. They are useless. And he's not going to score the goals, even though he does come on and score at the weekend. You know, he'll finish the season. If he played
consolation goal,
if he played every game, he'd get no more than like 5 or 6 goals across the season. But he will tie the team together and get them up the pitch. He's a battering ram that they can use.
Dominic Solanke.
They might. The problem they've got, I keep thinking, and I tweeted this on Saturday, and Tomo's running commentary. He did say sack him for Heckingbottom. And I don't think that opinion would be shared by all Sheffield United fans. But I listen. The boos were very audible in the stadium at the weekend. Once fans are turned, it becomes problematic. Now, if you're in that position in the league and you don't have 100% backing, you know, like the kind of Everton together or the Luton togetherness at the moment. If Sheffield United haven't even got that, bang to rights. Okay, so if they lose at Burnley, I wonder if they might change. But the problem is the fixtures come so thick and fast after that. Like it's not an ideal to be appointing a new manager in, you know, when you're playing every 3-4 days over December and stuff. That's not great. So they might stick with it. Someone's going to lose their job soon, though. We've still got no one. For Bournemouth, Marcus Tavernier, I think he had 6 shots at the weekend.
1.22 XG.
Good return. The problem is he's just a little too pricey for what we'd want, I think.
Yeah, not at 5.4 for me. If he was 5, he's in the conversation with some of them.
Do you know what? There's nothing.
He hasn't returned for 10 games before that.
There's nothing wrong with that price. It's just, it's more than Palmer. It's more than Souček. It's not that much more for Gordon. Like, it's difficult call to go there, and I think some of the fixtures begin to get a little bit more difficult for them coming up. They have a couple of good home games coming up.
Luton, Forest, Fulham after that, but then Spurs, Liverpool, West Ham. So it's a dip in, dip out, really. If you were dead-ending into 18 and you wanted to get him next week for Palace, Luton, Forest, and you know, Man United can be hit or miss. Actually, they're the most informed team in the league. Sorry.
The other problem with him, unfortunately, he's injury prone. Unfortunately, but he will get returns. We saw that when we played last year. Their record with and without him was very noticeable last year. I think Justin Kluivert is well worth keeping an eye on now. He obviously scores off Fodringham's ridiculous mistake. By the way, if you see that goal back again, don't watch the goal. Watch Dominic Solanke nearly get in a fight about 20 yards deeper, which should be notable for those who went and bought him this week. And you're mad unlucky you've got no returns out of that. Stick with Dominic Solanke. He's like Watkins light. He'll tick over, but don't worry so much about the fixtures. He's playing in the 10 role, which is very much kind of second striker role now. And that goal might give a bit of confidence. Because they've done well in his last 2 and he's played that position, that might be that this sticks now. Well, you've got Tavernier playing left, alternating with Semenyo, and they do flip between left and right during the course of the game. And Kluivert off Solanke. Now, Kluivert is
his
what, 4.8?
Is 4.6.
4.6. Yeah, that's really not a bad one if people are really tight on the money and need to go to that level, that's not a bad punt at all on Kluivert. Defensively, I would still be avoiding personally.